Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and neither's this bloke. This is Ravi18 from 1AR Clan. Ravi18, no stranger to this channel. And of course Ravi18 running around in the T54E1, the Tier 9 auto-loading American heavy tank. 4 shots in the clip, AP round standard, 390 damage, 210 penetration. If that's not enough, the APCR rounds will give you 255 penetration as standard. And you can see people in the comments have already said, have a look at the enemy team. One of their Tier 10s is a T22 medium, and the account name is T22 medium as well. And it's a wargaming account. Now that's a wargaming clan, WG. That's a clan that a lot of the wargaming employees are a member of. So maybe maybe somebody's doing a bit of testing just to see how OP it really is, or how the changes to it. 'Cause it got a bit of a nerf bat after so many people got it through breaking the rules. Let's be honest. Look, I personally don't think anybody who got it legitimately, but that's just my opinion. Ravi18 from 1AR Clan's already picked up his first kill, got into a very nice aggressive position on the Siegfried line, and picked up a kill on the IS3, the Tier 8. Even though it's in a Tier 10 battle, it can be a dangerous tank, the IS3. Lemon J, pretty cool name as well. 2 1s to score. Now this is going to be a threesome of Tier 9, a Tier 9 Extravaganza, the T54E1, the auto-loading Tier 9 American medium tank, followed by the T54, the Russian equivalent, which of course is not an auto-loader, and a little bit of Arty. Haven't had an Arty game on this channel for some time. The M53 M55 American artillery piece. None featuring me. I've had a bit of a shithouse week. Haven't been playing many good games. I reckon I've played a couple of good ones, but nothing worthy of YouTubeable. 2 alls to score. Ravi's on 1500 hit points. I think that's the full health of that IS3 that he took down. He's got a full clip loaded. He's on full health. He's getting his carrying pants on. Sees another IS3 and thinks, you're beauty. I'll just track him first. Shoot him again. Bounces him. Tracks him with his 4th shot. They didn't pick up any damage in that one. Got a little bit of assisted damage by the looks of it. No, he blocked the shot. That was earlier on. Wait for the gun to reload. They're down by a tank. They're down 2 to 3. T54 lightweight and the IS3 on the enemy team, both being killed. And a Leopard PTA, STA, and the M4190 being killed on Ravi's side. You can see Ravi got a platoon invite in game from T54 lightweight. Not sure if he's going to accept it or not. It's the dynamic platoons, I think it's called. Pretty handy for picking up medals like Brothers in Arms, crucial contributions and stuff like that, or doing your platoon missions. Ravi is on a mission here to do 2,000 hit points of damage to heavy tanks that are 1 tier higher than your vehicle. He's not going to do that because there's no Tier 10 heavy tanks on the enemy side. So let's not worry about missions at this stage. 2 3s to score. He's on 1,500 damage, and he's spotted an opportunity. E5, thank you very much. Only gets 1 shell in before he pulls back around the corner for 382 hit points. Doesn't reload because it looks like for a minute it looked like he was going to come back around that corner. He's still in this nice aggressive position. I like what he's doing here, going for in that little alcove. When it works really, really well. Wait for that gun to aim. He's just ready for something to pop around that corner. Not sure if it's going to, so it looks like Ravi agrees. Looks like he's going to try and move forward a little bit. Maybe have a peek around this corner, side scraping quite nicely. He's spotted a defender. He's been lit himself, but that defender will have no chance against the big American Tier 9 gun. 2 kills, 2,775 damage after getting rid of the premium Russian heavy tank, and that's put his team back in the lead at 4-3. Waits for that gun to reload again. He's only got 8 standard shells left. He might be forced to use APCR in this round if he keeps dishing out the damage. Not going to let the coffee get cold in this video. 6 3s to score now. The Edelweiss and the T92 artillery piece got taken out on other parts of the map. Tries to do a bit of climbing over that pile of rubble, but doesn't quite work for him. He gets lit. Still on full health, which is a good position to be in when the score's 6-4. Shouldn't have said that because he just lost 299 damage to the Patriot tank. And that Patriot tank will be reloaded, that's for sure. And he'll certainly be feeling... He'll be feeling Ravi's gun, that's for sure. That shot didn't hit, he's got one bullet left. And that takes him down to a bit more manageable level. 7-4's the score. Ravi's on 3,615 hit points of damage. Plus a little bit blocked. Waits for that gun to reload and he'll be thinking, stuff this once I'm loaded. I'm going to go after that Patriot. The E50M goes down to the back chat. 7-5's the score. The T54E1 looks like the obvious target. But artillery does the right thing, gives Ravi a little bit of spotting damage. And his gun is nearly loaded. He did cop a shell from the T8 American premium heavy tank. Batchat 12T went on a bit of a hero run just to the right of Ravi, and Ravi loses his driver. He spots the T10, starts putting some damage into him. One more shot before he needs to reload. Picks up the kill with an ammo rack, and he'll be saying, "You're guilty." Thank you very much, Stewie. So I love this replay. 10-5's the score. 4,758 damage, 390 damage blocked. A little bit of assisted as well. 10-5. 3 kills, and he's just getting warmed up with the score on 10-6. Still 4, 11-6. Still 4 enemy tanks. Doesn't want that Batchat to unload his clip into his T54E1. He's nearly loaded. Auto aims on the AMX30 and thinks I might as well charge this. I want to get some more damage. Gives himself another kill, getting rid of the French Tier 9 medium tank. And he's still got 3 shells left. And he'd love to send him that Batchat's way. There's one of them. The second one doesn't quite hit. I'd be blaming lag. If that was me, I'd say, oh, that was lag. I should have went through. One more. Again, misses the shot. That Batchat on 686 hit points is not had a bad game. He's on 2 kills. Not as good as Ravi, but have a look at everyone chasing the Tier 10 French auto-loading tank. Pretty good chance. Pretty good chance he's on the reload. That's why he's running, and maybe thinking that he'll be able to try and kill the artillery. That's what Batchats like. Batchats love finding artilleries and just unloading on them. It's just easy money all the way. But little does he know the T92 HMC, Tier 10 American artillery beast is on the other side of the mid. He just misses out on his 5th kill, but 15-7. Over 5,000 hit points of damage. There's nothing wrong with that result at all. Ravi, 18 from 1AR clan in the T54E1, the Tier 9 American auto-loading medium tank. Let's have a look at this result. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery badge for Ravi 18. The Bruiser Demolition Expert for that ammo rack on the T10, was it? I think it might have been. The Duelist Fighter, 5 for effect in the high caliber. Have a look at that. 5,703 hit points of damage, 4 kills, 1437 base experience. He fired 26 shots, 21 hit. Only 15 out of the 21 did damage, but that was enough for an ace. And an absolute ripper of a game. 12,500 credits after tax. I don't think he needed to fire premium ammunition. Maybe the last clip might have been APCR, because I think he might have ran out of standard rounds. Not a bad result at all for Ravi, 18 from 1AR in the T54E1, the auto-loading American medium tank. We move on to this second shot and this threesome of Tier 9 Extravaganza. It's Psy 19 from Ankau clan in the T54. That's the Tier 9 medium tank, not the T54 lightweight, which is the Tier 9 light tank, which confuses me to no end. But let's be honest, a lot of things confuse me. The T54 medium tank has a 100mm gun, 320 average damage, 201 average penetration with standard rounds, 330 with the heat rounds. Very, very expensive heat rounds. Now, Psy19 putting in the chat, this won't go well. I tend to disagree. You've sent me the replay, of course it's going to go well. He spots the E100, puts a shot into the side of the Tier 10 German heavy tank. Someone else puts another 220 odd damage. That takes him down to 2,152 hit points from his original 2,700. Psy19 looking for more vision down that 5 line. Looks like the E100 might have stopped, or maybe even just turn around, and he's heading straight up the railway track. He spotted a low, the AMX5120 at Tier 9. And there's an Edelweiss there. Lots of mediums in the middle. It's good to see. Going for a bit of aggressive spotting. It's a tier 10 battle, but only 3 tier 10 tanks on each side. The E100 and Mouse and the Object 263 on the enemy side. Lots of heavy tanks on the enemy side, which some people would complain about, but I love medium tanks, and a map like Prokhorovka, or is it Fiery Salient? No, it's Prokhorovka. I never confuse the two. You'd think the medium tanks should do the job. The AMX51 20 looks like he's going for the big snipey snipe up on the corner. The E100 has moved all the way down here, down this railway line. He's getting very brave. No artillery in this game, so Psi 19 can't spot for artillery, but he does want to spot for his team. You can see he's got lots of heavy tanks on that hill. Lots of TDs back here doing what TDs do on Prokhorovka and try and snipe the shit out of people. They're all clearly aiming for that. Object 263, be great to get rid of a tier 10 tank nice and early. The Mouse has been spotted doing a very aggressive 1-2 line push. Now that Mouse on 3,200 hit points, it's going to take a bit of killing, and Psi 19 will be hoping that those tank destroyers have got their carry pants on. He switches to heat rounds, puts a shot into the side of the Mouse. Doesn't look like anyone else is damaging the tier 10 German heavy tank. Probably one of the heaviest tanks in the game, maybe, apart from the Japanese. Puts another shot into the side of the Mouse. Heat all the way. The side of the turret shouldn't be too hard to penetrate for Psi 19. At 300 damage a shot though. That Mouse just not slowing down at all, just running straight into the guns. I don't want to name and shame this bloke, but his name's Tyro Max from PJ Clan. Looks like he's still alive. Finally gets picked out by the Jag Tiger, making the score 1-1. The STRVS1, the premium Swedish TD, who was more than likely down here with the others, got taken out in that little skirmish. And he was killed by the T54 lightweight. 1-2's the score. The CDC got killed by the French premium tank, the AMX M449. And Psi 91 looking at cheeky shots into the side of these enemy tanks, which are going up the hill. You'd think these heavy tanks would have them covered, but we all know what happens. Heavy tanks up on this hill, more often than not, do absolutely fuck all and just sort of kick back, don't do too much. Psi 19, he's on 2,221 hit points of damage, and looking to try and put some damage into these tanks that are slowly going up that hill in the east. Chance he got lit then by the low or the Edelweiss or the VK. There's T57 Heavy picks up the kill on the AMX M449, making their team be up. The Jag Tiger, Poxy from G&A Clan, complaining about the team. I hate this team. Well, look how far back you are, man. Move up. Have a crack. This bat chat's spotting things for you, but you can't shoot him from back there. You're just simply too far back. And the score's 4-2. It's not time to sit back and hug that red line like your life depends on it. Anyway, Psi 19 from Ankau Clan, chipping away at these tanks on 2,500 hit points of damage. Because, that's why the Jag Tiger's cracked the shits, because he's down to 4 hit points. Don't blame your own team for that. Blame that Mouse who just YOLO'd down the 1-2 line, throwing his tank away. But obviously there were some casualties, him and the STRVS1, the Swedish premium tier 8 tank. 4-all's the score now. Psi 19 switches back to heat rounds. It looks like those tanks on the hill getting some nice shots into the tanks in the middle. Psi picks up his first kill, getting rid of the VK100 01P. That's the tier 10 German heavy tank, the one that leads to the Mouse. I did say I wouldn't let that coffee go cold. 5-4 is the score. 2608 with a kill. A little bit of assisted damage. And Psi 91 off to a pretty good start. So, Type 4 Heavy gets killed, possibly on that hill. Sci-Fi's clutch, and he does manage to hit the low, I think it might have been, but it doesn't bounce. Gets a little bit more assisted damage. That IS-3's been spotted out. These TDs, I hope they got shots on this prick, otherwise they've got to start moving. They can't, I don't care what health you're on. If you're that far away from the action, you might as well be dead. Batchat was requesting fire on that IS-3. Of course, that Jag Tiger said negative because he can't even see him. He's out of his view range. What an absolute win-up. 5 alls to score. Side doing his best to carry this, despite having 3 tanks pretty much out of the game. These guys will be having shots from the hill, and the IS-3 trying to light that E100 again. But that Centurion could be causing him some grief. Scorpion G telling people to spot. They are spotting. I can't see what these tank destroyers are doing. Maybe they've got shots. I'll have a look at the post-game results and see what kind of damage they've done. But I just can't see him getting shots into these tanks here. They need to move on. Psy 19 from Mankau Clan. Now he's got shots alright. Puts another shot into the low. Takes the low down to 1,000. That Edelweiss on 200 hit points. Bounces another shot from the Edelweiss. Of course, the T54 medium tank has got a pretty handy turret. The Batchat doing some really good spotting there. The T49 gets a kill on the Waffle Traeger Panzer 4 at tier 9. The other Waffle Traeger Panzer 4, the one that's not dead, puts a big shot into Psy 91's tank for 617 hit points of damage. And Psy 91 picking up the assisted damage, getting the assisted damage on the IS-3 and the Edelweiss. He doesn't want to let this Scorpion G get away. It looks like he might have gotten away though. Still, this Jag Tiger, he's not going to move all game. You know it, don't you? That's just how he rolls. Oh, I'm on low health. I'm a 2D. I'm a sniper. Good luck, man. Good luck. That should have been his second kill. Sure, he does get spotted. Batchat does it himself. Sick of waiting for these tank destroyers to move. The Jag Tiger still not moving, even though the Batchat is all the way up to B2. Psy 91 continuing to fire clutch at the low. You just don't have time to aim when you're riding these ridge lines. Waffle Traeger kills the other T54. Psy gets another shot into that low. That low's down to 350 hit points. Looks like the T49 just put a bit of a derp shell into him. Took him down to 100. The low snipes him from the hill. 10-7's the score. Now still the Jag Tiger's on that red line. Have a look at this clown. Pocky Z from G&A Clan. Yeah, I know you're on low health, but fucking hell, you're out of the game. He's absolutely out of the game, this guy. Surely he could move up to here by now. The Scorpion G's all the way up here. All the enemy tanks are on this side. Now this Jag Tiger will be complaining that the enemy did the wrong thing and didn't let him shoot him. Who knows? 10-7's the score. Psy has a look at the E100, says that's alright. That'll give you something to shoot at. Of course, he doesn't want the E100 to shoot him back. That'll ruin his day. 10-7's the score. There's the waffle. Thank you. I'm surprised that landed. It just clipped the top of the turret, I reckon. One more shot should be enough. That's his second kill of the game. And still, the Jag Tiger is back at K3. What a winner. Alright, is that... he's aiming the other way. So I'll be happy about that one. Puts a shot into the side of the E100. 13-8's the score. The Jag Tiger still hasn't moved. I reckon he's gone to make himself a cup of tea. Farming damage all the way. He's already on 4,791. But now the E100 looks like he might be looking towards our mate Psy 91 from Mankau Clan. And no, he wasn't. He was looking the other way. And only one enemy tank left. Still the Jag Tiger sits at K3. And the Centurion, who's been in this position all game, he's picked himself up a kill. He's got a broken television. And Psy just says, I'll auto aim at him. Puts a shot in for 329, taking his damage count up to 5,396. A very well-deserved win. This is going to be T49. Seagull's the kill. Psy loses his driver, but he ends up with 2 kills and an absolute shitload of damage in that replay on Pokerovka. I'll have a very quick look at the post-game battle results and have a look at all the awesomosity in this game. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Psy 91 from Mankau. Spot up, bruise up, fire for effect, Confederate medal for shooting more tanks than anybody else did, and of course the high caliber. Have a look at this second page. 5,703 hit points of damage. That's not too bad at tier 9 in a tier 10 game. More than double what anybody else did apart from the Batchat and that Centurion, who looks like he had a pretty good game as well. 1,427 base experience, 35 shots fired, 22 hit, 19 did damage, 5,703 hit points of damage. He blocked a little bit. He did 3,082 assisted damage. That's one reason why he got the ace. It's an absolute ripper. That Jag Tiger, 4 damaging shots. Yeah, I can see why he camped, but he just camped for far too long. That was pretty piss poor effort. That cost him a few credits, my old mate Cy91, because he was running a standard account and he was firing some premium ammunition. It didn't cost him too much, but a premium account he would have made a little bit. 35 shots fired, 22 hit, 19 went through. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge on Prokhorovka as we moved on to this third and final replay in this Tier 9 Extravaganza. This one features my old mate Dark Apprentice from 1RTR clan. 1RTR, pretty active clan for platooning, and I think they do skirmishes and occasional clan wars. And my old mate Dark Apprentice is in the M53-M55. He's on Corellia, and he's certainly got his carrying pants on. Just moving himself into a nice aggressive position for artillery. Good to see artillery not sitting right up at the back and camping like a chicken, but aiming towards where he thinks all the heavy tanks are going to be. And there they are. His first shot doesn't pick up any damage, but does stun a couple of tanks. Looking towards where the more static enemy heavy tanks are. The T54 and the M103 looks like they're just sort of sitting there. Hits the T key, let his teammate know that he's aiming for them, and in 18 seconds he's going to have a big old-fashioned American shell straight into him. Nothing really lit down that flank at the moment. In fact, the Hawk 12 on the other side of the map gets taken out by the FV4202. Fires blindly. It looks like that shot might have hit. No idea. Obviously we don't know about damage. You can see the M53, M55. He's aiming towards that T34 again, who looks like he's still stunned. He's got HE rounds. If it penetrates, it'll do 1,050 damage. 52 penetration rate. That's probably the thickness of the armour that it needs to go through. And there's also premium rounds, which on the face of it look exactly the same, but I think the difference between the premium rounds in any of the new artillery mechanics is the splash distance, which doesn't come up when you hover over the ammunition. The splash difference, pardon me, the splash distance is it's an extra metre or two. That's the bottom line. So which is probably handy when you're doing your missions. Like a lot of the new missions for artillery are to get assisted damage via stun or tracking the enemy tanks. Continuing to look towards that E75. This should hit him nicely, fair and square, straight in the front for 312 damage. Now, of course, 314 damage into the E75, but he also picked up 528 assisted damage, because if the tanks, if they're stunned or if they're tracked, when as an artillery player, if you hit them, if they're stunned or tracked, then you get experience in the form of assisted damage. In the same way a light tank would get assisted damage for spotting or tracking an enemy tank. 2-1's a score. Aiming towards that Hawk 12, the M53, M55 certainly has enough splash to get him, and he does. He gets him for 340 hit points. Even though it wasn't a direct hit, that Hawk 12, of course, has a lot less armour than the M103 or the E75 that he was shooting at earlier. And so even though the shell didn't hit him directly, he still picked up 340 damage. He's down to 106 hit points, that Hawk 12, and I reckon Dark Apprentice will be thinking, maybe I'll splash him again. No, looks like he's going to go for that M103. Pushes the T key to let his teammates know that's what he's aiming for. Didn't hit him, but certainly stunned the crew. Lets his teammates know that he's reloading by hitting the F8 key. So he's a group of enemy tanks camping the base. The M50-100 at tier 8, the T34 at tier 8, and what else? The FV4202 and the T32, all last spotted in that vicinity. And so again, letting his teammates know that that's who he's going to aim for. Try and take the autoloader out, or at least stun him, and that looks like 2 artillery shells just went straight into 1 or 2 tanks. Of course, if the tank's not lit, it doesn't sort of come up in this damage counter down in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. You can see the Dark Apprentice is running Coca-Cola instead of a med kit. Of course, Coca-Cola will help with reload time, your aim time, camouflage value, your speed, all those things about it. I run them in all my artilleries. Yes, I do play artilleries occasionally. I'm on my last mission for the Object 260 with artillery. I read somewhere that it's really easy to get the RD missions now. As the Dark Apprentice picks up his first kill of the game, getting rid of the Tier 8 premium British medium tank, the FV4 202. And now looks like he's aiming towards that T32. Again, letting his teammates know that he's going to go for him, but he's still got 20 seconds left before he's reloaded. Yeah, when stun came into the game, the artillery missions, a lot of the artillery missions became a hell of a lot easier, especially if you've got higher tier artilleries. And a lot of the missions involve splash and stun damage and assisted damage in that way. Looks like the Leopard PTA is running away. T54 getting close enough to spot, but looks like the T44, I should say, just copped a shot, possibly from the T32 or the T34, or even the AMX 5100. 7-5's the score. Looks like the enemy team are pulling back. T34's just got lit. Of course, the M53, M55 hasn't got a bad aim time. Just missed out on the direct hit. If you had hit a little bit closer, then that would have been a kill. Takes him down to 54 health. That's 1177 damage done. Plus a kill for the Dark Apprentice from one RTR client. Not counting the shots that we didn't see land. There was a couple of blind shots where tanks were unspotted, namely down here, down towards where these heavy tanks are pushing towards the M103. Now that T44 is the only tank that can spot these tanks. The Leopard PTA was killed. It'd be nice if his T26E4 started moving forward. Looking for a shot on the M103, doesn't quite have it. Dark Apprentice will be hoping that with that area where he's pinging, he'll be hoping that somebody lights that Jag Panther 2. Because the T44 doesn't look like he's going to light these tanks. He's just sort of kicking back, waiting. Maybe waiting for these tanks to push through, and then he can try and help by flanking. T26E4. Again, I don't want to name and shame him, but his name's SYC 2017. He's not even in this game. So they're not really winning by 2. Really only winning by 1. As the Dark Apprentice says, thank you very much. There's that E75. I reckon I might have hit him earlier. And he's picked up the kill. The enemy M53, M55 killed the T28 prototype, the Tier 8 turreted American tank destroyer. The T26E4 Super Pershing still hasn't left the base. Looks like he's left his spawn point, but he hasn't left the base. And that T44 doing a good job trying to subtly light these tanks. That T34 might have the goods on the T44. Not really sure. It all depends on how much health he's on. Dark Apprentice is fully aimed now. IS6 sniping like a champ up on the donut. Yeah, I probably wouldn't bother. Fires without aiming. Gets him for 167 health. Just misses out on the kill. Of course, he'd think that Martian would have the M53, M55 covered pretty easily. There's the AMX 5100 on 612 hit points. The M53, M55 is lit. The T32's lit. Artillery goes down. 11-7 is the score. He's on nearly 1,700 hit points of damage that we've seen, but we know there's at least 1 or 2 blind shots that looked like they hit the enemy tanks. Looking towards the T32, which is the right thing to do because he is on reasonably high health. Again, just misses, but gets 314 hit points of damage. And of course, stuns the crew as well. They're slowly moving forward, these tanks. T26E4 still hasn't left the base. Camping like a champ. Look, I don't know. World of Tanks. Welcome to World of Tanks. Asian server. There's the other enemy Tier 9 American artillery just been lit. You'd think someone will be aiming towards it. Maybe, maybe not. Artillery shoots and misses. And of course, artillery drivers can't help themselves. They have to shoot him. Looks like he splashed the M53, M55 for 191 and picked up 259 assisted damage again because the crew was stunned, or maybe the tracks were damaged. The T26E4 is finally getting useful and has spotted that T34. But the Dark Apprentice is going to be looking at these two tanks, the M50-100 and the T32. He'd love to get 2 shots. He'd love to get them both with the same shot. Pushing the T key, letting his teammates know that he's going to be aiming for it. He's been tracked by the other artillery, and the Dark Apprentice takes him for 254 hit points. 12-8 is the score. T56E4 still not moving. This is out of control, this game. 13-8 to score now. Gets another 296 assisted damage because that T32 was still tracked. And now he can put his attention on the T34, the tier 8 American heavy tank on pretty low health. But that T26E4 doesn't want to scratch his tank. He's only on 100. He can pick up a kill for free, really. I mean, the Asian server, what can you do? Looks like the other M53, M55 is moving forward. And here's another guy with an in-game name, which is a tank name, the FE4 005 Stage 2. That's the name of a tank. I've seen that a lot this year. A lot of players' names are the name of a tank in-game. So they might be in an M55, M53, but their name might be Scorpion G. Maybe they're trying to confuse other players. I don't know. When they see them, they think, oh, it's a Scorpion. No, it's not. It's a heavy tank. Maybe. Dark Apprentice. He's all over this. He's going to go for the big flanking maneuver, hoping the T34 is more interested in the Super Pershing. Looks like he's going to come up behind him. He's looking for his third kill. He's on 2 kills. Auto aims at the T34. Can't see where the T34 is aiming. He clearly was aiming Dark Apprentice's way, and he picks up the 27 spotting damage from spotting, not from tracking or stunning. And that's a wrap for this Tier 9 Extravaganza. The Dark Apprentice from one RTR clan picked himself up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for that little performance, the Bruiser Medal, and the High Caliber for doing the most damage in his team, at least 20%, which is a little bit unusual for artillery, bearing in mind artillery normally, you know, well, I've been playing it, I've been going for assisted damage. That T26E4 Super Pershing, he fired 3 shots, he did 0 damage, and he hardly moved. He moved 300 metres. Dark Apprentice, on the other hand, fired 15 shots, 4 direct hits and penetrations, but of course the other, all the rest did splash damage. 4,046 damage done. 2 kills. Stunned damage, 528, and 582 spotting damage, which is an absolute ripper. Made some credits for the premium account because he was firing standard rounds all the way. Not a bad result. That 11-minute game. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge in the M53, M55, Tier 9 American artillery piece. And of course, Ravi 18 in the T54E1 and Psi 91 from Ankau Clan in the T54. Thanks very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.